Hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share a heartwarming story with you titled, The Diapered Hero, My Brave Tabby Cat. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Of course, if it's not your style, feel free to skip it, no hard feelings. Now, let's begin the story. Living with many cats is a daily adventure, almost like running a small kingdom where every furry citizen has its own personality, rules, and demands. My home often feels like a lively playground. Some cats chase invisible enemies, some sleep as if they're auditioning for a laziest creature contest, and others constantly demand cuddles as if my lap were a royal throne. Amid all this cheerful chaos, one of my cats stands out, a tabby who has faced more challenges than the rest. While the others prance around freely, this tabby has trouble moving his back legs. Every step for him is like running a marathon, and simple things like going to the bathroom become complicated missions. Yet, instead of letting this bring him down, he somehow manages to live with dignity and a lot of cuteness. At first, I worried that he would feel left behind while the others sprinted across the room, but my little tabby had no intention of being pitted. He still tried to join in, even if it meant sliding awkwardly like a furry mop across the floor. He had spirit, determination, and a sparkle in his eyes that said, "Don't count me out just yet." That was when I realized he deserved a little help from me, something that would make his daily life easier, more comfortable, and, let's be honest, a little more stylish. One day, as I watched him struggle with bathroom matters, an idea struck me. What if I gave him a diaper? At first, the thought seemed ridiculous. Diapers were for babies, not cats. But the more I imagined it, the more sense it made. It would save him from messy accidents, keep the house clean, and maybe, just maybe, add a touch of humor to our lives. So, I went out and found the smallest, softest diaper that could fit a cat's behind. The first attempt to put the diaper on him was nothing short of a comedy show. Imagine me chasing a cat who could barely run, yet somehow transformed into an Olympic sprinter the moment he saw the diaper in my hands. He twisted, turned, and gave me a look that said, "Are you serious right now?" But eventually, after much negotiation, by which I mean treats and gentle words, I managed to secure the diaper on him. The result was priceless. There he was, my brave tabby, strutting across the room wearing a tiny diaper like it was the latest fashion trend. He didn't just wear it, he owned it. At first, the other cats stared, clearly confused. One even pawed at his new accessory, as if to check if it was real. But soon enough, they accepted it, and my tabby strutted around with pride, as if declaring, "Yes, I'm different. Yes, I'm fabulous." From that day forward, the diaper became part of his identity. It wasn't a symbol of weakness, it was a badge of resilience. He was no longer the cat with the bad legs. He was the diapered hero of the household, the one who faced challenges with courage and a stylish twist. Life with a diapered cat turned out to be surprisingly joyful. Sure, there were a few moments of chaos, like when he decided to slide across the living room floor and the diaper nearly came off, or when he discovered that sitting on my pillow made him feel like a king. But overall, the diaper gave him a new sense of freedom. He could move around without worry, and I could relax knowing he was comfortable. Over time, I realized that his story wasn't just about a cat in a diaper. It was about resilience, adaptation, and finding humor in life's unexpected turns. While most of my cats showed me joy through their playfulness or affection, this tabby taught me something deeper, that challenges don't have to define you. What defines you is how you face them, with courage, humor, and maybe a little style. Every time I look at him, waddling proudly in his diaper, I can't help but smile. He reminds me that life isn't about being perfect or having everything easy. It's about making the best out of what you've got, embracing your quirks, and never letting anything stop you from being part of the fun. In his own adorable, diapered way, my tabby became a hero, not just to me, but to anyone who believes that love, care, and a bit of creativity can turn even the toughest situations into heartwarming stories. And so, in the middle of my cat-filled household, where chaos is the daily soundtrack, my tabby in his diaper continues to live his life to the fullest, clumsy, funny, but always inspiring. Life often presents us with unexpected challenges, much like my tabby cat who struggles with his back legs. At first glance, such difficulties can feel like limitations, but with creativity and support, they can be transformed into strengths. The diaper, though unusual for a cat, became a practical and even humorous solution that allowed him to live comfortably and confidently. In modern life, we too face obstacles, whether physical, emotional, or situational, that may seem overwhelming. The key is to shift our perspective and embrace solutions that may look unconventional or even a little silly at first. Adaptation and resilience are not about hiding our weaknesses, but about finding ways to live fully despite them. Just as my cat wears his diaper with pride, we can wear our challenges as part of who we are, rather than something to be ashamed of. This teaches us to value compassion, not only for others, but also for ourselves, and to remember that dignity is not about perfection, it's about perseverance. In a world that often pressures us to appear flawless, the diapered hero reminds us that real strength lies in embracing imperfections and turning them into sources of joy and inspiration.